Everybody, it's Steph from the Hot Move Podcast. So, look, as we get closer to the NBA trade deadline, which I believe ends February 6th, look, man, we're getting Jimmy Butler fatigue, and at this point, we haven't had a major blockbuster trade happening. I mean, look, normally at this point of the season in the NBA, it's kind of null, and usually NBA feasts off of just trade talks, all these different trade theories, and all these trade ideas, and we could do this, player X, yada yada. And it seemed like Jimmy Butler is still, we're waiting to see what the Miami Heat are going to do. Obviously, the Heat, I think it's in their best interest to trade Jimmy Butler. And eventually, if that happens, Jimmy Butler will get what he wants in terms of just leaving. But he's not going to, I don't know if he's going to go to the team that he ideally wants, okay? The big talks is Warriors Suns, right? So if he does end up being traded, will we be surprised if he ends up on one of those teams? No. Okay. As a Suns fan, I just don't think we need to be in the Jimmy Butler sweepstakes. Even if we do get Jimmy Butler with moving Bradley Beal out the way, that doesn't change life for me in Phoenix. That doesn't mean we're going to be instant title contenders. I think the team that we have, it's a big three. When we're clicking, we're almost damn near unbeatable. But you know, we don't play like that at that clip like that with older vets on the team, like especially Beal and KD, and just the injury history. Just not going to happen. Okay, so look, Jimmy Butler with the latest with him, and look, Rachel Nichols and Chris Mannix on their podcast, well, Open for a Podcast, has something to say about it. I mean, look, we know the history of Rachel Nichols and Jimmy Butler, but apparently she's plugged in. Okay, and look, Heat organization, they're not happy, and Heat players are not happy with Jimmy Butler because the Heat aren't known to be in the media like that. So this is almost foreign territory, if not foreign territory, for an organization like the Miami Heat to be involved in a star player situation like this. Okay, so look, I believe Nichols, who said she's been in the locker room. I've talked to guys in that locker room, and what to say they have had it is an understatement because he has disrespected him so much. She said the way he's been in and out, last minute not playing, the way he's been acting towards their locker room, I mean staff and other people like that, and then stunt with them, making them wait for hours on a tarmac to show up. Okay, so if this is true, she's plugged in. Okay, if Jimmy Butler is being a malcontent, then this suspension makes sense, right? I mean, look, the Miami Heat didn't want to go into too much detail in exactly why Jimmy Butler was suspended. And, we know why he was suspended because, he said conduct detrimental, obviously his comments and the trade rumors, and just now we're getting more inside scoop. Okay, if Rachel Nichols is plugged in and we're going to take this for what she says, if she has the access and this is true, then this is messed up. Then Jimmy Butler deserves to be suspended. Yes, if behind the scenes he's doing this, and they told him, like, look, I get it, there was rumors, or not rumors, but, in the past, in the NBA Finals, he had his own hotel 30 minutes away from the locker room. 30 minutes away from, the games and stuff like that when he's on the road. And now where things they're tightening down the hatches on Jimmy, is like the stuff you was doing, you're not getting star player treatment. Okay, we're not going to allow that. And I was shocked that even the Miami Heat allowed Jimmy Butler to do what he was doing, but at that time he was doing what he was doing when he's reportedly on the road and 30 minutes away from the Denver arena for the games in his own hotel or Airbnb, whatever it was. I mean, he was cooking. That playoff run and the year before, cooking. Okay, so they're probably going to make some concessions, even though they're not cool with it. Jimmy Butler got y'all to the finals. Okay, so now fast forward, the team is not that good. He's running his mouth complaining. Okay, like this, just the Heat are just done with him. Okay, so we're going to find out where Jimmy Butler ends up going, but I do find it just very interesting that we're kind of, getting some insight, getting a little more details on exactly what's been happening, okay? He's acting like a prima donna, making the team wait. Like a team like the Miami Heat with Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley, like that's just not going to fly, okay? So if this is true, that he was behaving in this manner, then I have no problem with the suspension, because I did think the suspension was weird in terms of, like, okay, conduct detrimental, that's such a vague umbrella. What exactly was he doing? What were the specific detailed problems that was going on? Okay, and if the Players Union and not NBA Players Association, whatever, want to fight this, and the Miami Heat actually have receipts of conduct detrimental, then yeah, it's on him. And again, I've talked about this in the past with Jimmy, or at least recently, is that he's cost himself money. Okay, I don't know why he's even money on the table. Okay, you're that mad that you're willing to torch, $3, $4, $5, $6 million, and now he's been suspended indefinitely. until the trade deadline. I mean, what if they're not able to trade him, right? I mean, there's a high chance that he could get traded, just my gut feeling. But if they're not able to trade him, or if they don't want to, or there's not a deal that is worth moving him, then what is it then? You know what I'm saying? Then what is Jimmy's move, right? What is the Heat's move? Okay, are you just gonna go ahead and just and you can't just suspend him indefinitely, because at some point the Players Association is gonna get involved and be like, okay, he served X amount of games, he can't come back even though he's not been traded. So are the Heat just gonna sit him on ice and pay him and then he can opt back in? Or listen, he can opt back in on his money, and you know what? The Heat can just simply don't show up to training camp. You're not a part of this team. We'll pay you, but you won't be part of any programs, anything like that going forward and playing any games. You're gonna be out of sight, out of mind, while you're getting paid, and they may work on a trade in the off season. So that's probably a different option. But there's still plenty of time. I wouldn't be surprised he gets traded in the next 48, 72 hours. I mean, this deadline's gonna be come up very quickly. So we'll find out, man. So anyways, let me know what y'all think about all this with related to Jimmy Butler. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.